Is this the reason why I keep getting people saying,
"Oh, the rumors are fake. Oh, the leaks were fake, Tyrone."
It says here, The Last of Us Part 2 developers had to cut out a lot of content from the game. Well, let's see what it says here. Co-writer Haley Gross talks about the process of deciding what content would best suit the game's overall tone. Now, this is being put out today. My question is, does this interview take place before the leaks or after the leaks? And if it took place after the leaks, is this interview done? Never mind. Let's just Naughty Dog are taking to the go big or go home mantra to heart with the upcoming The Last of Us Part 2. At about 25 to 30 hours long, the upcoming sequel is primed to become the biggest and most ambitious game the venerated studio has ever made. Which, looking at their track record, is saying a lot. But it turns out, if things had gone a little differently during the development, The Last of Us 2 could have ended up being a much longer game than it already is. Speaking in an interview with Sector wins. The game's co-writer, Haley Gross, that during development, Naughty Dog had to cut a lot of content from the game, which says it was one of the hardest things the studio had to do during the long process. Gross explained that creative director Neil Druckmann was in charge of all of those decisions, and whether or not something would end up being in the final game would depend on how well it fit within the largest cohesive experience. We have a huge studio with a lot of talented people who have great ideas, and we had to choose which ones would stay in the game and fit into the story and which would deviate from it, Gross said. In the end, it all had to match the topic. Neil was in charge of it all, whether it corresponded to the theme in the terms of storytelling, artificial intelligence behavior, or the artistic side. Everything had to correspond to the central theme. The hardest part was cutting out the content, as there were a lot of things that didn't make it into the final game. Game developer. Game development is, of course, an iterative process, and content and ideas and things getting cut out of games during the production is a very common occurrence. Of course it is. Well, Magnusites. So it just makes me think, with this coming out now, is this kind of a wink, look, the leaks got out, it let us know what you hated, so we went in there and cut it out. I don't know. I will know when the reviews are out. And I'm going to be watching the spoiler reviews. The spoiler reviews are what's the most important. I don't want to hear a guy say, the sound's great, visuals are great, the graphics is great, everything is great, the gameplay's tight, the story was great. 10 out of 10. No. I want to know what sports were played in the game. Okay, I want to know details like that, you know? If there's sports in the game, what sports did they play? What sports do post-apocalyptic people play? You know, they might play soccer, you know, kicking around an old deflated ball. You know, maybe they have little stickball games. You know what I mean? Baseball games. You never know. Maybe they ball in. Maybe they play basketball in the future of this game. I don't know. Maybe they play shuffleboard. You know? Maybe they play ice hockey in the winter time because they ain't got the technology, you know what I mean, to freeze you down. So they fill them up with water and they play ice hockey. That could be a sport that they play. I don't know. I mean, hell, what characters do I get to play in the game as? We all know you get to play as Ellie. But do I get to play as Joel at any point? Do I get to play as, Ellie's a lesbian? Do we get to play as her girlfriend? Are they going to do a Marvel crossover? Do we get to play as Venom? You know, a hulking, strong villain? I don't know. But I await those spoiler reviews. And you guys let me know what you think they cut out of the game. 10 million subscribers.